is Food Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you food that's fun to make and great to taste. And today we're making biscuits.
But they're for dogs. There you go. Yep, we thought we'd get our paws mucky and get baking for our four-legged friends. He's really enjoying it.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they, Ted? And we give these dog biscuits a fingertips difficulty rating of 2. OK, so you might have to be a bit of a chef, but I guarantee if you bake these dog biscuits, see, you'll have a best friend for life.
Now, to make the dog biscuits, and it's quite obvious that dogs do like them, here is what you will need. You'll need 2½ cups of flour, also 3/4 of a cup of skimmed milk powder and ½ a cup of vegetable oil. You want to pop those into a bowl. In they go. Pop in the oil as well. And give that a little mix. Mix it round. And then you need to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, also 3/4 of a cup of made-up vegetable stock and ½ a cup of grated carrots. Just pop those in to the mix. In they go. Last bit of vegetable stock. And finally, you need to add an egg. Pop that in. And then give it a good mix. And keep mixing until it turns into dough. Like that. There you go.
Thank you, Stevie. It's time to roll out the dough. So first of all, you need to sprinkle some flour onto a board to stop the dough from sticking. There we are. Let's turn that over. And then use a rolling pin to roll the dough into a nice, even thickness. And this mixture should make about 25 dog biscuits. I think about that thick. Looks fine. Now, we're going to use a bone-shaped cutter because we know Ted likes those, but you can use any shaped cutter or simply cut out the shapes using a knife. So press the cutter into the dough and then put the shapes onto a baking tray lined with greaseproof paper.
Then pop them in the oven on gas mark 5, 190 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes until they're golden brown.
They actually smell tasty. Freshly baked fingertips dog biscuits.
And to store your biscuits, why not make a doggy-friendly bone box? Now, the main container is just a crisp tube, and the bony ends are just 2 polystyrene balls. Now, cover it in paper mâché, give it a lick of paint, and it works a treat. Looks tasty, but not as tasty as the doggy biscuits inside.
And so the other members of your family don't feel left out, we've come up with the biscuit recipe for cats too. Just check out the Fingertips website, click on food, and you'll find the recipe there.
She likes the dog biscuits. So why don't you make your pet a Fingertips tasty treat?
You'd be barking mad if you didn't. Got a minute?
Yes, this is the part of the programme we show you how to make something in under a minute using bits and pieces you can find around your home.
Today it is my turn to make.
And it's my turn to tie.
And this is all it takes, plus some very clean fingertips.
This is brilliant. If you don't do this in a minute, I'm going to give you a real grilling.
That's clear.
Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
OK, no problem. First of all, you push the bottle top into the piece of bread firmly like that. Then cut this lolly stick in half. Oh, like that. Now take this half lolly
15
stick.
seconds.
Push it into the bread. This is all right. It'll be all right.
Keep going.
Like
20
that.
seconds have gone.
That's OK. One more.
You're definitely going to make this one.
There, and then push it into the toaster. Stop that clock.
Oh, 30 seconds. Go on, tell them what it is.
OK. It's a Fingertips toast text.
How good is that? So you can actually write messages or draw patterns into a slice of bread just by pushing things into the bread and then toasting it and posting it across the table like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You could even write special messages to someone that you love.
Ah, Stephen, thanks. Oh.
It always butters them up.
I'll toast to that.
Say toast 5 times.
Toast, 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 toast.
OK, what do you put into a toaster?
Toast.
Ah, no, it's bread, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, on Fingertips, it's not even bread that you put into a toaster. Oh, sorry. See, on our Fingertips toaster, we put CDs and DVDs.
And look how cool this is. It's even got a little lever to pop up your DVDs, just like a real toaster.
And the CD version works in just the same way. All you do is pop them up and choose which one you want to listen to.
It's really impressive, isn't it? And would you believe the Fingertips toaster rack started out as a simple shoebox?
So, if you fancy making the Fingertips toaster rack, take your shoebox, thank you, Fern, and you also need a lid to a smaller shoebox as well. Place this face up inside the box and push it towards the back, because you want to make sure this is securely stuck to your shoebox with lots and lots of sticky tape. And it really does need to be securely down, because this is going to make a sort of hinge. Let's just put one more bit on there. This will make a hinge, and this has to hold the weight of your CDs and DVDs. Then, get yourself a cocktail stirrer or a wooden lolly stick and stick it to the middle of the smaller lid, again with a bit more sticky tape there. And we'll put one more bit on, just there as well. And then cut a slit at the front of your box and take that bit out. So this way, your lever can move up and down, like that. There you go, Fern.
Thank you, Steve. But now you need to cut out ruler-sized strips of cardboard, and you want to stick them across your box. So you want to stick them inside the front of your box, just there, and over this side of the back of your box. Then take your DVD and measure the width of the distance in between each strip, and then you can just stick the next one in just there. And keep going until you fill up the whole box, being careful not to cover over this strip here. And then you'll have some lovely little toaster pockets.
And now, to make the actual rack of your toaster, take the lid of your big shoebox and just cut off the ends and then flatten it out like this and make a ruler width border all the way around the edge. And on one side, you want a double ruler thickness. So let's just add another line here like that. And this part, you're going to fold over the front of your toaster just there in just a second. But first, you need to make the slots that your DVDs or CDs are going to go in. So this is really easy. All you do is make a mark either side of your DVD and just join up the dots like this. Then get a ruler width in between that, and again make another couple of dots either side, there and there. Join the dots up and keep doing this all the way along until you've got to the end, and then cut out the slots in between.
And once you've cut it out, it will look like this. Just stick it to your shoebox. Just stick this section here. That's a bit which is 2 ruler widths wide. And then you want to curve it over to give it a nice round toaster look. Get another piece of card which will reach the bottom of your shoebox. Stick that in place just there. And then push your card down and stick it right the way down to the bottom of your shoebox. There we go. And it's really starting to come together.
It certainly is. And to neaten up your toaster, turn it on its end and draw round onto a piece of card. Cut out 2 of these shapes and stick one there and one there. Now, this just hides any gaps that you may have. Now, you could do what we've done and stick on a paper plate, cut round it, stick it in place, and this just makes it look more funky. Check that out. Looks good, doesn't it?
Yep, and now you can either paint it or you could cover it in coloured card and then add extra detail like a temperature control just made from a milk carton lid. So if you'd like to make yourself a Fingertips toaster rack, just check out the Fingertips website. Click on Top Make and all the details will be there. We'll give the address at the end of the show.
What are you doing?
Preparing myself.
What?
You know, setting the scene.
Oh, right.
Because today we're going to be showing you how to make some ancient Egyptian food.
Ah, I thinks I know what you're saying. You mean something for Mummy?
Exactly.
You mean this something for Mummy?
Yes, admittedly, it may look a little bit French.
A plain old French baguette, monsieur.
But all its ancient Egyptian secrets will be revealed. This is a bread sarcophagus. No, really. And inside is an edible mummy.
Oh, well, this is the part of the show where we have some Fingertips fun with food, and I'm going to have some fun making that.
And we give this ancient Egyptian edible mummy's tomb a fingertips difficulty rating of... just 1. Easy tomb make.
To get going, all you need is a short baguette, a carrot, some lettuce, chutney, relish or salsa, a boiled egg, strips of ham or cheese and some pepper.
Start by washing your fingertips. Then cut your baguette in half lengthways down the middle, like this. It's a good idea to ask an adult to do this for you. Now you need to scoop out all the bread from the inside. You need to do this from the base and also the lid. Keep going until it looks like this. Your bread tomb. And now it's time for the mummy. Take some lettuce leaves and lay these into the bottom of your baguette, like this, all the way along. And now you need some relish, salsa or chutney. And just spread this on top of the lettuce leaves. That looks really yummy. The redder the better.
When that's done, boil an egg, or get someone else to do it. Let it cool and peel it. Now this is going to be your mummy's egg head. So give it a little face, piece of pepper for a mouth and 2 sultana eyes. Then lay this head at the top of the tomb on top of the relish. Next you need a body. What better thing to use than a peeled carrot? So cut it to the right size that you need, but don't put that in yet.
Now that you have a body, you need some bandages to wrap it in. And for these, you can use whatever tickles your taste buds. But you might like to try some of these. Cheese slices, which I've cut into little thin strips, or alternatively, some wafer-thin ham. Simply place them on top of your baguette in this kind of crisscross pattern. And then you need to pop your carrot body on top. And then starting from the bottom, from alternate sides, just wrap the cheese slices around the body, like this.
When the mummification is complete, you should have this, and you can use other food details if you like. This one's got cherry tomato feet and a pepper headdress. All very Egyptian.
Now you just need to seal your tomb, and the fate of your mummy is complete.
Yeah, too right. It's going to be eaten.
And the verdict?
Oh, dead nice.
Homemade ice cream. No E-numbers, no preservatives, no additives.
No way.
Way?
Well, we can't make any ice cream because we haven't got an ice cream maker.
Don't need one.
But we haven't got a freezer.
Don't need one of them either.
Really?
Really, because this is Food Fingertips, the part of the programme where we show you something that's fun to make and great to taste. And trust me when I say this really is fun to make. You see, we're going to make ice cream the old-fashioned way before the days of freezers. Now, in the old days, they used to buy a big block of ice the size of a small iceberg. And they used to chip away until they got loads of ice cubes. But we haven't got time for that. So here's a bowl that we prepared earlier.
You'll also need 2 tablespoons of double cream. In that goes. You'll need 4 tablespoons of milk and 2 tablespoons of sweetened chocolate powder, like the type you use to make up chocolatey drinks. Now, give it a good stir, like that, make sure it's all mixed together, and then bury your glass in your bowl of ice. OK, here we go. In it goes.
Right, now, while Fernie's doing that, let me tell you about the secret ingredient, which is salt. Now, it's not for the mixture, don't worry about that. It's actually for the ice around the glass. Now, listen to this. Can you hear the crackling? Sounds good, doesn't it?
Such a lovely sound, yeah. Now, make sure you don't get any of your salt and ice mixture into your ice cream, otherwise it's going to taste pretty gross. Then, if you just pass with that tea towel, you need to put a clean, damp tea towel over the top of your mixture and leave it to freeze for a couple of hours.
Now, you may be thinking, why do we need the salt? Well, the thing is, the salt makes the ice melt, and the ice melting is what freezes the mixture inside the glass.
Then, after about an hour, you want to give it a stir, otherwise only the outsides will freeze. And you can do this from time to time, but always make sure that you cover it again with your tea towel.
And after about another hour, fingers crossed, you should have some delicious Fingertips homemade ice cream. Look,
Look at
it's
that.
frozen out.
Oh, we've got to try some, Steve, come on.
Come on in.
Let's dig in. This looks very nice.
Tell me, is it nice? Is it nice?
Delicious.
Ah, superb. So there you have it. Fingertips homemade ice cream made completely without using the freezer. You can make it anywhere, even in your bedroom. Give it a go. Let's have a taste.
Stephen, where'd you get the ice from?
The freezer.
Chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, plain chocolate. I love chocolate.
Yeah, and how tasty do these look?
Oh, almost too good to eat.
This is the Fingertips Everlasting Chocolate Box, a tempting selection of chocolates on the outside,
hiding a delicious stack of truffles on the inside.
Are you going to help make them, or just eat them?
Eat them. No, make them. I'll make the edible truffles to go on the inside. Thank you.
And I will make the everlasting chocolates that go on the outside. Now, we give the Everlasting Chocolate Box a Fingertips difficulty rating of 3.
To make the edible truffles, you're going to need chocolate chunks, milk, plain or white, it's up to you, softened butter, digestive biscuits, sieved icing sugar, and some cocoa powder for dusting. We'll give you the quantities as we go along. Start by crushing 100 grams of digestive biscuits. The easiest way to do this is to put them into a bag and use a rolling pin to bash them up.
And now it's time to make some more chocolates. All right, thank you. Yeah. The everlasting variety that go on top of the box. Now, to make these, you need some polystyrene balls, truffle size, like this one here, and also some acrylic paint. Now, get yourself a skewer and just push it into your ball. And for different flavoured chocolates, we're going to use different coloured paints. Now, we've got a creamy colour for white chocolate, also a light brown for milk chocolate, and a dark brown for dark chocolate. And this is the fun bit. All you do is roll the ball around the paint like that. Just keep rolling it in and keep going until the ball is completely covered like that. And a Fingertips top tip is just place it into a mug and leave it to dry.
If you're making the edible truffles, once you've crushed your biscuits, leave them to one side because it's time to melt the chocolate. Put 175 grams of broken up chocolate into a large microwavable bowl and then melt it in the microwave, taking it out to give it a bit of a stir every now and again. And when it's melted, it's time to add your other ingredients. So fold in 50 grams of softened butter and 50 grams of icing sugar. Pop those in with the chocolate, which is smelling lovely. Yummy. And also add your crushed digestive biscuits. Pour those in. And then give it all a good mix. And then pop it into the fridge for about 10 minutes so it chills.
Keep going, Naomi, go on, keep going. Now, when your everlasting chocolates are dry, you can add some toppings to make them look good enough to eat. And for this, you need a fabric pen. And I'm going to give this one a pink candy topping. You can use any paints you like, but we find that fabric paints work really, really well. Just go all the way around like that. And then pop it back into your mug and leave that to dry.
Very nice, Stevie. Now, once all your ingredients are mixed in, you need to take about a teaspoon size of the mixture and you need to press this into a truffle shape. And you can either roll it in the palm of your hand or on a chopping board, whichever is easiest. And then roll your truffle in a plate of cocoa powder to give it that real truffly look. And then finally pop it into one of these little truffle cases. And your mixture should make about 16 truffles.
Now, you can give your everlasting chocolates any toppings you like. We've also covered them with some acrylic varnish to give them a nice shiny finish. And this one is just wrapped in gold foil. You want to stick them to a piece of card, or like we have, a piece of foam, and we've gone round the edge with some more fabric paint just for added decoration. Then you want to stick it to your box. Any box will do, as long as it has a lid that opens at the top. And now you're ready for the edible truffles to go on the inside.
Here they are. OK, we'll pop those in there. Oh, perfect. As good as you get in any shop. And just as tasty.
Absolutely. Now, the everlasting chocolate box is a brilliant present for anyone.
Look at all these. You could pile your everlasting chocolates up high, Cover them with coloured wrappers or even make some pastel-coloured bonbons.
They look good enough to eat, so why don't you give it a go and make an everlasting chocolate box. Everlasting chocolates on the outside.
With edible truffles on the inside. Mmm.